I'm Soleil Salgado of National Catholic Reporters, standing outside an emptying St. Peter's Square, where about 30,000 people had gathered inside the square for Pope Francis's funeral, while another hundreds of thousands were lining the street between St. Peter's and the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, where his body was ultimately laid to rest. Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re presided over the Mass and brought up some of the themes that were special to Francis, that were really emblematic of his papacy, including concern for the poor, migrants, the environment, interreligious dialogue. And those who were gathered here today talked about how those themes really made them pay attention to the church in a new way, how Francis opened the doors of the church to more people and brought a new face to Catholicism that they found incredibly welcome. Some of the people that I talked to, including one Argentine family, talked about how they think it is now the responsibility of each and every Argentine specifically to carry out the mission that Pope Francis had initiated in his papacy. Some started talking about, the new Pope and how they hope that that person will continue the focus and priorities that Francis had laid out in his papacy, while others said, it is the work of the Holy Spirit to bring about a new Pope, a new influence, and they trust that whatever will come will be whatever is ultimately needed for the church. It was a day of mourning, certainly, but no doubt a celebration of his papacy. A lot of people were incredibly moved to be here. They loved reflecting on what he meant to them as Catholics, as people who might have left the church, but brought, a new type of paying attention to the issues. They thought that maybe Catholicism was a little cooler thanks to this Pope. And while his death wasn't completely surprising because of his health conditions lately, it certainly was unexpected. And so today was very chaotic. A lot of people came completely changing their plans, canceling vacations, or they had come for a canonization and decided to stay for a funeral. But there was a lot of joy today in honoring Francis's legacy. I'm Soleil Salgado of National Catholic Reporter.